that. Who did you start with? Who did you start in the business with?
Really, I bullshit my way in. I bought, the first thing I did was find out where they got their boots that made at, and I got the $29 specials from Carl and Hildegard. I got all the 5.0 trunks, the shimmer cape, the silver bolero, all the different kinds of shit. I got that, so I look like a wrestler. And I'm like 22 years old, and I had the black afro, and I was a high school teacher and coaching football. And then I went to Oak Hill, West Virginia. A buddy of mine, Steve Cooper, was there he was from Seth, West Virginia. He had his first match with Shirley Love and Warren Schernbuck back at the old WOAY studios there. So he said, and he called me, he says, "Hey, I just had my first match." And I said, "Oh, you lying piece of shit, you know." He says, "No, I knew you wouldn't believe me, so I taped it over the phone." So there's play-by-play of Shirley Love talking and everything. And I said, "Oh, man, you had a match." He says, "I got you booked next week." I said, "Holy shit." So I'm going to go from Indianapolis, Indiana to Oak Hill, West Virginia. So me and Cooper go. So I'm going there. So I'm not even smart to the business. I've been to the ring a couple. Now, did you know the old carny Don Pruitt?
Don Pruitt. I've met him. Yeah.
Okay. And I think his name was Don Pruitt. Then he had a couple kayfabe names, Don Brandenburg and stuff. And he helped us when he had a ring in Indianapolis, but nobody knew how to work, train, or anything. I went a couple times. I said, "Well, hell, I'm just going to get hurt." And these guys, I said, "I'm stupid, but they're stupider than me. So let me get the hell out of here." But I'd met Steve Cooper. So I'm going down to the WOAY studios. Me and Cooper go down there. And so I'm working, I can't remember what the guy's, Indian Joe or something like that. But Angel Ancevita happened to live in Oak Hill, West Virginia. And he happened to be home off the road. So I met the Cuban Assassin the first night. And I knew he had worked for shows for Don Pruitt and everything. So I'm watching. B.B. Coleman comes down from Akron, Ohio. He comes down to the WOAY studio, and he's watching me. And I'm watching him, and he's cutting blades up and putting on his fingers. I'm going, "Oh, my God, I hope I don't wrestle him. He'll just slice me to death, right?" So I'm like, I'm having a good time, but I'm like, I'm not smart to the business. I've never really talked to real wrestlers or anything. So when I tell people I was the worst guy in the history of wrestling, but at least I knew enough to shut the fuck up and listen to guys that have been there. So I'm wrestling this guy, and but Warren Schernbeck, he says, "Okay, you're working with this guy," and he said, "You babyface or heel?" I said, "Yeah." So I said, I'm thinking, what the fuck?
Did you know what a heel was?
No, hell no. Everything, you didn't, everything was kayfabe then, right? So he said, "When you get the pencil, go home." So I'm going, "When I get the pencil, go. What the fuck? When I get the pencil, what the fuck? When I get the pen, what the fuck?" So this guy named Indian Joe, he says, at first I come out there, so I start yelling at everybody, but I'm a babyface. Well, I seen guys on TV do that, right?
Right. Oh, you're like a lot of the indie guys today. They just copy what they see on TV, right?
Yeah. So I'm as any goof that's in their 20s working today think they're over. I knew I wasn't over, but I was just trying to act like I knew what was going on, even though I knew nothing. So, wow. The guy's telling me to grab his arm. I'm saying, "Fuck you." Right? Then he fucking hits me. Boom. I said, "Fuck, I must have some adrenaline in me." I didn't even feel that son bitch. I'm thinking, I'm tough, right? And this is probably like the first real fight of my life or whatever. You know what I mean? So then he hits me hard. Ow, God damn, I'm going. He's going, "Sell." I said, "Wait a minute. I heard that word before," right? So needless to say, with the the worst match in the history of wrestling, and I didn't get it on tape or anything like that. And then they ended up having the TV station burned down, so that lost all that was gone. But I did it. I made it through the night. I got my money. I'd never been so emotional.
How much did you make?
Oh, 2.5, baby. But I guess I was a good negotiator because I talked about him. I got an extra 2.5 for trans.
All right.
I said, are you ready? I got my dots on, my polka dots. Get your popcorn, get your Coke, get ready, get excited because look what's coming up now.